Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 530 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jay Cohn.
And I'm Jeanelle Slade. It's a sign of the times and the official end of summer. The Beartooth Pass now closed for the season.
Now, we're certainly no strangers to winter weather wreaking havoc on our Montana roads. And as always, winter comes just a little earlier, up at 11,000 feet.
Q2 meteorologist Connor Pregetzer was south of Red Lodge today as the gates were closed for the winter.
Well, we are here at the entrance to the Beartooth Pass Highway as they are in the process of closing these gates right here as we speak on October 5th. It's a little early this year, but some bad weather in the forecast. We can already see the white stuff starting to pile up here and some more expected in the not too distant future. Led the Montana Department of Transportation to shut it down just a little bit earlier here this year. So if you didn't have a chance this summer to get out and drive the scenic highway, you're going to have to wait till next Memorial Day when it's scheduled to open again. That's May 24th, 2019. That's all for us here. We're going to send it back to the studio.
Doesn't look too bad up there today. Thank you, Connor.
As Connor tells us, the pass is scheduled to open again on Memorial Day weekend 2019, but just as it is with the closing, the opening date is also weather dependent.
And speaking of weather, Bob McGuire joining us. Bob, pretty good idea that they closed the pass because there's more wintry weather headed that way.
Of course, even though, you saw the beautiful sunny skies out there, have it here in the Billings area, but let me show you what's coming our way. There's your high pressure. That slides off to the east, but look at the cloudy skies rolling in from the west. Another low pressure cell, and as the moisture is going to run upslope in towards that low pressure cell, it's going to produce heavier snow showers there, even some rain in the Billings area, but you'll notice by the time, say, Sunday gets here, it's a lot of heavy rain and snow showers moving into the region. So what happens with the upslope precipitation? Well, the moisture air flows up the mountain, and then as that cold air, that rare air starts to rise, it starts to cool down, and then eventually it gets to where it actually starts to condense, and so rain and snow starts to develop up in the higher elevations. And in fact, the upslope flow actually enhances the rain and snow development up there as well, and that's what's happening. It's a good thing they closed those gates early this year. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Bob.
Well, the recent snowfall has helped douse most of Montana's remaining wildfires.
But you know what? The experts say that we're not out of the woods just yet. MTN's Carson Vickroy tells us tonight why fire season is so unpredictable.
Fall rain and snow doesn't completely bail us out of fire season.
The precipitation does help. However, fire season is never really over. It's always fire season somewhere.
We all know Montana weather can change quickly.
We may even get warm, dry weather here in southwest Montana, and it's always possible to get a fire.
People camping in the winter sometimes let their guard down due to lack of fire weather.
So it's important, no matter what time of year, the weather, or your location, to remember to drown, stir, and feel your campfire. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave.
Even though fire season is never truthfully over across the country, with what our Montana meteorologists have in the forecast, we should see that fire activity continue to diminish.
Most of the big fires, yes, they are winding down. Crews are still working in the final stages of mop-up and rehab. And in other areas of the country, firefighters work year-round to manage wildfires.
In Yellowstone National Park, meteorologist Carson Vickroy, MTN News.
Thanks, Carson. Now, the only remaining fire in the southwestern part of Montana is called the Bacon Rind Fire. It's been burning in rugged terrain between Big Sky and West Yellowstone since about mid-July.
In other news tonight, last night it appeared Senator Steve Daines would miss Saturday's critical vote to confirm Brett Kavanaugh in order to attend his daughter's wedding here in Montana. However, today, two key senators that the GOP needed for Kavanaugh's confirmation, Susan Collins of Maine and Joe Manchin of West Virginia, both announced their decisions to vote for Kavanaugh. A third key senator, Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, said she would not vote for Kavanaugh. With the addition of the two votes from Collins and Manchin, the GOP says it has enough votes to secure Kavanaugh's nomination, even if Senator Daines cannot make it back to D.C. in time for the vote.
An update now on a story we brought you last night regarding the financial health of Westmoreland Coal. The financially ailing coal firm has once again filed notice with the Securities and Exchange Commission that its lenders have agreed to give the company another extension on its loan payment. Now, Thursday's filing with the SEC gives Westmoreland until next Monday to work out a new restructuring agreement with first lien holders and note holders. It's the latest in a series of extensions Westmoreland has received this year as it tries to restructure its debt. In addition to the Rosebud mine at Colstrip, Westmoreland is also a partner in the Absalica mine near Hardin. It also owns the Savage mine located along the Montana-North Dakota border. In 2016, Westmoreland was listed as the 8th largest U.S. coal producer. At the close of business today, Westmoreland stock selling for just 12 cents a share on the NASDAQ exchange.
U.S. Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke says he will make a major long-term environmental announcement in Paradise Valley on Monday. While Zinke's spokeswoman declined to give details, the Washington Post reports there is local speculation about the action. The Yellowstone Gateway Coalition says it expects the secretary to sign off on a 20-year moratorium on mineral withdrawal in Paradise Valley and the Gardner Basin adjacent to Yellowstone National Park. Now, if that is the action Zinke takes Monday, it would extend a 2-year ban on mining 30,000 acres of National Forest and Interior Department land. Now, that ban, imposed by former Interior Secretary Sally Jewell, is due to expire next month.
Riding a bus in Billings now easier and more efficient thanks to a new tracking system that shows the exact location of the buses. It's called the AVL, the Automatic Vehicle Locator. It indicates where the buses are on the City of Billings Met Transit routes. That AVL is available on smartphones, tablets, and computers. Now, the app tracks the buses through GPS, even gives an estimated time of arrival to your location.
It's going to be great because winter's on its way, and if you happen to hit a bad day and you don't want to stand at the bus stop, you can kind of wait inside till the last minute, see that your bus is almost here, and run out and meet the bus. You can see every bus in the city moving on the city grid. It's just a great little tool to have. We think it'll be something that'll allow people to go, you know what, I'm going to ride the Met now because I know when it's going to be here.
Kevin Plone says the city can also collect passenger data easier for its reports that it files with the Federal Transit Administration. Here it is. You can find more information, instructions, and links to download the app on the City of Billings Met Transit website.
What hasn't happened in 40 years is back, and with a buzz.
That's right. The start of homecoming kicking off today up at MSU Billings with a host of events planned through the weekend. It all kicked off with a proclamation from Billings Mayor Bill Cole, and then a swarm of students and alumni helping to create a giant MSUB logo on campus. Now, tonight, students and staff square off in flag football, and tomorrow a soccer game with tailgating and a student homecoming dance.
But this homecoming throwback really comes down to reviving an old tradition, which many say has been needed for years.
Homecoming means that alumni know that they've got a place to go. Students know that they've got a place to go. Students in high school know that they've got a place to go, and we're just bringing everybody home.
And we're so excited to bring alumni, students, faculty, staff back to campus to celebrate MSU Billings. We're literally bringing back the buzz.
And here's a look at that swarm photo taken in front of the old Academic Support Center building. You can see Chancellor Dan Edelman right there in the front.
That's a cool picture.
Yes, it is.
Still ahead on tonight's 5:30 News, it's a weekend of crafts, community, and fun. We'll check out what's in store for you right after the break.
And in sports, seniors football guys are underway against Butte. Scott shows us if the Broncs are a step closer to second place.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.